922, Big 550 KTRS. Our guest, Gabe Crocker, St. Louis County Police Association president, is with us. We want to talk about the protesters. There's an ongoing protesters outside of Ferguson's Police Department every day, right? It's ongoing, right?
Right. It's been going every day.
And the last couple of days, Jamilah Nasheed was arrested. We have a clip of what actually transpired from Fox 2 and Shelley Washington. Listen to this.
During a search incidental to arrest, the senator had in her possession one fully loaded 9mm semi-automatic pistol and 8 rounds of 9mm ammunition.
People every single day threaten me about this Michael Brown killing. And so, it's not unusual for me to have my gun on me. I have it with me every single day. It's like putting on my shoes.
Police say Nasheed did not have a conceal and carry permit for the weapon when she was taken into custody. However, she told me she had one with her, then showed it to me.
If she had a concealed carry permit, I'm sure she would have shown it to the officers.
They didn't ask to see it, and then they came with these lies and said that I was intoxicated.
According to officers on the scene, the senator had a very strong smell of an intoxicant at the time of her arrest.
When police asked Nasheed to take a breathalyzer test, she refused.
I said, no, why should I? I'm not intoxicated. I don't need to have a breathalyzer.
So that is what's being reported. Gabe Crocker, what are your thoughts as you watch this?
Oh, man. You know what? This is going to be the worst part of my day, is having to talk about her. I mean, really it is, because this will be the best part of her day. She is someone who loves attention. This was done for attention. I just think she's one of the most disgusting people in St. Louis right now.
Because why?
Well, she's hateful. She's hateful. She is, I believe, really doing a disservice to her constituents. She's representing herself and not them. She's putting out false information. She's inciting and has incited violence. I have officers that have heard her using racial slurs against white officers. This is a woman who does not care about anybody but herself. In fact, this big display up in Ferguson the other night was really nothing but a show, a very dangerous show, as we find out that it appears from what we're hearing that she was intoxicated and in possession of a firearm and plenty of extra ammo, apparently. And to me, I just don't understand what her purpose is here. She said this was an example of a peaceful protest, yet the peaceful protesters, if you read in the media, were very critical of her. They're going, what in the world is she doing? She just shows up out of nowhere. We were doing just fine without her, and now she's standing out in the middle of the road and gets arrested. By the way, when she was walked into the building, she goes, oh, okay, now, hey, guys, how you doing? It's just a big show. It's really all it is.
Many protesters were there all day and
Right.
complained that she had showed up 15 minutes and then got arrested, and then everyone sort of followed her along.
Right.
It is a crime to have a firearm and under the influence.
You know what? That's a point of contention. In the last few years, we've gone through some
Right.
real hills and valleys with our gun laws in Missouri. And I don't want to get into the gun laws, but I have an issue. I don't think right now, McGraw, I'm not so sure that is against the law to have,
Right.
to be under the influence of alcohol and to possess a firearm.
Right.
Certainly, that's a problem. But again,
but if you have a firearm and you're asked to show the permit, you must show the permit.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly certain requirements of a CCW permit, and again, if she has that permit and she's allowed to carry her firearm,
Right.
I understand that.
She did surrender the weapon over to
That's what I understand, yes.
to the police. Yeah.
I mean, but again, McGraw, I spoke with a friend of mine the other day, and he goes, she wants to work with people, but yet she'll call and scream and yell at you on the phone, and she's a very toxic individual and somebody that really shouldn't be at the forefront of this. I think she should resign, and I think that they should find someone else to serve them up there, because it's my opinion, by the way, McGraw, that she's taking advantage of some of her constituents. She gets out there, she whips them up in a frenzy with just completely false and fabricated information, and then she just, she kind of tosses a hand grenade into the room, and then she runs out. It's dangerous.
You said that police officers have told you that she has used racial slurs towards police officers.
Absolutely, yeah. I've spoke to officers directly who are going, my gosh, this woman's out of control.
For example, do you have any examples?
I don't think it's probably not good to use on the air.
Okay, but officers under your union.
Officers that I've spoke to.
Officers that you
Yes.
spoke to have said that she's used racial slurs
Oh,
directed towards them. At them.
Yes.
At them.
Yeah, it's just that it's and then you see her on the news demanding transparency. You see her on the news demanding this kind of, but then when we are transparent, they go, well, we didn't want you to be that transparent. We
Right.
didn't want you to release that information. It's very difficult to make to try to be reasonable with people who are completely unreasonable.
In that clip, the police officers say they smelled alcohol. She
Right.
says I wasn't drinking.
Yeah.
They said we asked for a permit. She says they didn't ask for a permit. So I mean, it was like two people who weren't even at the same conversation.
Right, absolutely. But that's every conversation with Nasheed. That's it's like she's not even there, and then she'll just leave and say whatever she wants later on.
That's Gabe Crocker, who is the St. Louis County Police Association president for the St. Louis County. We'll come back. Lots of information coming out about the testimony, the grand jury testimony, Officer Wilson's testimony, all of that and more. 928, Big 550.